Welcome to Bookkeepers on Fire. I'm Donna Reade, joined by Debbie Kilsheimer, who I recently spent a week with at Scaling New Heights in Orlando and then had to go to Disney World to recover. Deb has more energy than every person at Scaling New Heights combined. And if she spots a favorite speaker in the wild, she goes full stalker mode. Polite stalker, but still. But that's the thing about the accounting industry. Underneath the spreadsheets, there are actual people with actual personalities. And we built Bookkeepers on Fire to prove it. So grab a coffee, settle in, and let's talk about the stuff that's actually keeping bookkeepers and accountants up at night. We have a phenomenal guest today, Monica Davis, who has spent her career making sense of other people's numbers, which honestly should qualify her for some kind of hazard pay. So sit down, stand up, lie on the floor, just be in a position to receive this. But now to Deb for more about our partner of the week with Bookkeeping Buds.
Well, thanks, Donna, and welcome, Monica. And I'm so excited. Our partner of the week this week is none other than Bookkeeping Buds. And I have to tell you, Bookkeeping Buds, I can't say enough good things about Bookkeeping Buds. I'm a bookkeeping bud. Donna's a bookkeeping bud. Monica's a bookkeeping bud. And this whole organization was started by Cindy Schrader because she thought running a bookkeeping business can be incredibly rewarding, but let's be honest, it can also feel very lonely sometimes. We spend our days helping clients solve problems, answering questions, keeping everything running smoothly, but who do we turn to when we need support, encouragement, or someone who just simply understands what it's like to walk in our shoes? And that's why Cindy created Bookkeeping Buds. It's our bookkeeping happy place. We're a community of women bookkeepers who believe that success is even sweeter when it's shared. Whether you're celebrating a win, working through a challenge, or simply looking for people who get it, you'll find a welcoming place to connect, learn, and grow. And speaking of community, like I said, we are so proud of our Amazing Buds member, Monica Davis, who is joining us today on Bookkeepers on Fire as our guest. We love seeing our members step into the spotlight and share their unique magic with our profession. So if you've been craving connection or wondering where your bookkeeping people are, we'd love to invite you to join us for our upcoming Magic Hour on July 9th. This month's conversation is all about visibility, how to let yourself be seen in ways that feels authentic, even if networking and self-promotion aren't your favorite things. Ready to learn more? So go to visit bookkeepingbuds.com and click Join the Magic button on the home page to register. Because no one should have to build their dream business alone. And as Cindy said, and I agree, dream big, shine bright, and be kind. So I love being a bud. It's better as a bud, as I always say. Don't you agree, Monica?
I do. I love being part of Cindy's community. And I love Cindy as a human being.
I know.
Yeah, she's great.
I know. Great. So how long have you been a bud?
So I've been bud for about a year or so now. And it's funny.
How did you find out about the group?
So it's funny because I went on Alignable, which is like a LinkedIn platform, right? And I was kind of looking for community because in my W-2 job that I was working at the time, I was the only finance person. And so I missed being around a whole bunch of accountants. So I was kind of like just looking for community, and I stumbled across Kimberly No. And Kimberly,
yeah, on the show.
Yep. And that's how I found out about scaling for the first time. And through there, I also met Cindy. And, I had chatted with her. It was funny because we were supposed to meet up for coffee one day because we found out we met on this national platform. It turns out we live 15 minutes away from each other. Like, how crazy is that?
Can you see the Disney fireworks from your backyard too?
I see fireworks, but I'm not sure where they're coming from. I assume maybe Disney because they are so big, but yeah.
I know, because I stayed with her one day. She moved from Chicago because she's such a Disney nerd.
Yep.
And she moved from Chicago so she could go to Disney World every day if she wanted. And she found a house that when she sits on the back porch, she can watch the fireworks every night. And I got to spend the weekend with her one time, and we sat out there when the fireworks went off. And of course, it's very far. It's far enough away you don't hear the music. So she actually has it. Her iPhone plays the music to the fireworks.
Wow!
Every night she does this. I mean, it's kind of. I mean, she kind of modeled, I think, Bookkeeping Buds around Disney World, because every time I go to Disney, I get this huge smile on my face. Does that happen to you too, Donna?
Always. I'm always smiling at Disney.
Yeah,
I
because
go
she
to
goes to
Disneyland, though.
Disneyland. She's on the other coast, so she goes to Disneyland. So
You walk through the gate, you get in the parking lot, you hear the music, happiness
I know.
right there.
And you smell the popcorn. Okay, we're happy.
Yep.
So Bookkeeping Buzz is just like that. So that's great.
You know, it's funny because I'm not a Disney nerd, and Sydney told me one of her goals was to make me one. But I have a soft spot actually for Disney. When I was in the 5th grade, they have this program called Dreamers and Doers. I don't know if you're familiar with it, where they pick like one student to represent the school, and you get to go through the tunnels and all that. And I was actually chosen to do that. And so I do have a soft spot for Disney, Walt Disney himself. Yeah, it was a huge deal. It was, yes.
So you've been in the tunnel. I've not been there yet.
Yeah. I mean, I was a kid. I was 5th grade. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And you just got back from Scaling New Heights. We were at Scaling New Heights together. I have to be honest, you know, Donna, Monica and I sat at the bar. you know, we sat at the bar at the Jason Stats event catching up. It was a lot of fun.
That's what it's about, networking, right? We're chatting.
Yeah. So how many scalings have you been to?
This 26 was my third
one. Okay. Mm-hmm. And what did you think? I mean, when you first went to scaling, tell the story of how you went to your first scaling. I think that's fascinating.
Oh, wow. That's a huge story. I will try to not make it too lengthy, but basically, like I said, I was on Alignable. I bumped into Kimberly No through one of her groups on Alignable, and they were all talking about scaling new heights. And she's like, Monica, it's in your backyard, Orlando, for like the next 5 years. How are you not going? And I'm like, I don't have no idea what you're talking about. Right. So I looked it up and I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like all my people that get me, I miss this. And I was like, I got to get there. But like, I was just doing it as a side hustle. Like I said, I had my W-2 job. I was really just seeking community, and I'm always learning. And so I said, gosh, I really want to be there, but I don't have my first client. Like, I'm not going to spend that money. And I was like, well, it just kept bothering me. And I said, let me see, maybe I'm a new business owner. Maybe there's some kind of scholarship grant, something out there. So I called and they're like, no, there's Accounting Cornerstone, but unfortunately we've already picked our candidates. So I was like, oh, okay. And it kept bothering me. And I just couldn't shake it. And I was like, come on, Monica, you got to figure it out. And so then I said, oh, I'll see if I can volunteer. So I called back and I was like, could I volunteer? Like, I'll scan a badge, I'll serve coffee. I don't care. I want to be in the room. Like, I want to be around my people. And I don't have my first, client yet for that expense. And I understand Cornerstone's been taken already. And so I'm just looking for other ways. Well, little did I know that the person that I was on the other line was Mrs. Woodard herself. So I didn't know that.
That was great.
I didn't know that. So what ended up happening is like a week later, I get this email with her on it with some other man that I have no idea who he is. And he tells her, I'm so sorry, I'm not going to make it to scaling this year. However, I'm so happy to pay it forward to you, Monica. And I'm like, who is this guy? Like, someone's punking me. I thought for sure it was a scam. And so I'm like, so I call back and she's like, no. She's like, it's for real. You're going to get your registration like in the next hour. And I'm like, exactly. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was really in shock. I'm like, no. Like, it's a scam. Like, I really thought it was a scam. Like, why would this guy in Canada that doesn't know me gift me this, opportunity? And I'm just like, no, I know I'm blessed, but like, that was just crazy. And so then that's when I noticed her name. And that's when I was like, ooh, wait a minute, maybe this is accurate. And sure enough, I got the email with the registration. I bawled with gratitude. Like, I just couldn't believe it. I was so stoked. I was going. I was so excited. I took time off of work, and everything. And I was going. And then like a few days before I was supposed to be there, I get another email from Heather Satterley telling me that they're going to do like a fireside chat live on the main stage at Scaling that year. And the topic was perseverance. And that in, I guess, a huddle with Joe Woodard, they were talking about how, they were talking about, the plan for Scaling New Heights, and that my story had come up. She was like, we would love to feature you on main stage if that's okay with you. And I'm like, what? No way. I'm
Oh my God.
Crazy.
Took me 17 years to get on that main stage.
Well, imagine I didn't have my first client, and here I feel like Hollywood. I felt like such a fraud.
Oh, fabulous.
So it was just amazing, amazing, amazing. And to this day, I call him my mentor, and we still work together and hang out together. I spent a lot of time with him at Scaling.
Now, was Joey hanging out with, or the guy that gave you the ticket?
The guy that gave me the ticket.
Who was it?
I don't know if he wants me to say his name.
Why
Nevin Sendel.
That's great. Well, thank you, Nevins.
Thank you, Nevin. Yes.
And
Forever
it's so
grateful.
amazing when we pay stuff forward, how it comes back into our life 100-fold.
And he told me this is to pay it forward. He was paying it forward to me in honor of his two women in his life, that his mom and his wife, that he admires very much. And he said, we were back then, I wasn't able to help them the way that I can help someone now. And so I had told Miss Woodard, if you ever come across a woman that is like tenacious and just a go-getter like my wife and my mom, let me know, because I want to pay it forward. And wow, that's when she called him and was like, I think I got your girl.
Oh,
and he said, and he told me, you just got to pay it forward. I said, and I will.
I mean, I'm speechless. Awesome. If you can believe that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was in tears. Like, I was so grateful.
Oh, yeah. That's just
beautiful.
That's amazing. I mean, and I think that kind of summarizes what the whole Word group's about.
Yeah.
The whole scaling thing, about the community, which of course, Bookkeeping Buds and a lot of communities out there. We were talking to Tom Rossetti. And he said, there's no community like the accounting community where everybody helps each other. I mean, it is beautiful. And I missed it. And that's what had me looking for it, That's great. So you did your first scaling. So when you went to that first scaling, was it like, holy moly?
It was a lot. And imagine I was gifted this ticket. So I'm like, I'm going to get my money's worth. I'm going to go to every single class. I'm just like taking notes like a machine. And I was just soaking up as much as I could. I didn't really know anyone. And
you didn't know anybody. You're just by yourself, really.
And that didn't faze me. Some people are fazed by that. That did not faze me. That didn't faze me, because I was like, I'm here to learn. I'm here to meet people. You know what I mean? I'll meet people along the way, because I'll chat with anybody, Right. But I did bump into somebody that I recognized a few people, because I had been following on YouTube, following people. And so like Veronica Wasek and like Kate Josephine, I had watched, there was so many people that I had seen that I got to see in person. I would introduce myself, I'm like, you, Deb, I'll just introduce myself. So that's what it was. But I have a funny story, and she is actually a bud, and she is the one who encouraged me to become part of the Buds, because I was familiar with Cindy and knew of it. But then she told me she was a bud. I'm like, oh my gosh, full circle. How crazy is that? And that was Joanna Linares, my friend Joanna. Okay. And so I knew of her through the Facebook community that she helps manage for Kate. And so I was like, wow, she's so nice. She just gives all this free advice. Like, she seems like such a good person. And, we're both Hispanic. And so we have that in common. And so it was so funny, because when I went to Scaling, I recognized her. And I was like, Joanna Linares. And she's a New Yorker. So I swear, and I tease her all the time that she was probably like, who is this crazy chick? Because I know that's how I came across. I was so excited because I knew somebody, you know? And so we hit it off and we became best of friends. And we are still like, bookkeeping besties, you know?
Oh,
but I
fabulous.
did. So she showed me around. She introduced me to some people and stuff like that. And the rest is history. Yeah.
Now you were still working at your W-2 job then.
Yes.
And now, so when did you make the leap to go work for yourself?
My last day as an employee was May 8th. So this is
this
like
past
less
year?
than like almost 2 months ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So what made you
All right.
decide that's my last day? I'm going to now plow through this full time. And you had picked up clients along the way, though, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it really was just like a side hustle, something that I wanted to do. I wanted to help other families. And I just enjoyed being in that community with other bookkeepers. Everybody else had businesses. So I was like, you know what, I could do this on the side, you know? And so I was doing that, but some personal things had happened. My youngest son is going to be going off to college soon. So I know he's going to need my mother. Excuse me?
You don't look old enough.
Oh, thank you. Yes, my baby is 15. So, and my oldest had already started college, and I just feel like, gosh, I've missed so much. You know, I'm at a place in life where I feel like I can semi-retire. And so I'm like, I want to be available. My mom is getting older. She needs me more.
How old's your mom?
75. She's 75. And she's full of life. Don't get me wrong. She's got more energy than me. She's like you,
Not that old.
She makes me look like an introvert. Okay, my mom's just all of energy. But you know, she's getting older. Like she's been in accidents and stuff, and her back hurts sometimes. She can't mop. You know, things like that.
You make your mom mop? You're not mopping for your mom?
Well, she lives like 30 minutes from me, and I have 4 kids actually. So I'm remarried. I have 2 boys of my own, but then my husband, I remarried and has 2 children. So we've got a lot going on. Mom, she can mop my floor, okay? She's got more energy than me. But, you know, she's definitely getting to a place, you know, she had gotten into 2 car accidents in like a 6-month span of time. Yeah, there was a lot of things. And I was like, I think it's time for me to like semi-retire and figure out what I'm going to do. But I don't want to be on the clock anymore. I want to work when I can around my family's needs. I want to be there for my family now. So that's when I made the transition.
Now, did you, so what was it like waking up the first day when you didn't have to go to a regular job? What was that like that first day?
It was very easy. It was very easy. It's like, okay, this is my new routine and I'm so excited. It's go time. Like, let's do this, you know?
Now, do you have a regular routine you follow? I mean, do you have like a daily activity or what, you know, what's the tip for those now working for yourself? Because I think a lot of times when we work for somebody, we have a routine we go to. Now, when we're working for ourselves, there's nobody telling us what to do. So how do you handle that when nobody's telling you what to do?
I think my mother was a big influence on that. When my mom retired, she was very adamant about having a schedule. She's like, you have to be active. You have to have a schedule, because if not, your brain just stops working. You get sick. You feel all the ailments. So my mom was really big on having like a schedule. And so I did the same thing. I continue, and I'm just a super organized person by nature. So I said, okay, here's my schedule. This is the times that I'm going to work. And, you know, these are the obligations that I have with my family. And I'm going to fill in the spots to work on whatever during that time that's most important, you know?
Cool. So what's your favorite thing about being a bookkeeper? What do you like best?
The people.
The people.
The people.
Anything you don't like? Anything you struggle with?
Anything that I struggle with? Geez, that's a really good one. Tech. I'm not a techie.
Really?
I am not techie at all.
Most people always say price. I was waiting for you to say price.
Oh, well, yes. I've taken one of your classes, your Red Rope Policy class on that, and I still have work to do. We all do. I still have work to do on that, because of course, you know, you want to lead with your heart and help people, and that's very me. But I would say my two biggest things is tech. I struggle a lot with tech, and social media.
Oh, really? You struggle with social?
I do.
Well,
do.
Frankly, to be honest with you, so do I. Donna tells me what.
No way.
She does. Yes, it's very true. I have to tell her, oh, you got to post this, you got to post that.
Yeah,
really?
And then give her the words.
Social media. She told
Still
me.
doesn't go well. She doesn't listen. So.
Yeah. I told Donna, what's this LinkedIn thing I got to do? Oh, you just go here. It's because Donna has like 6 million followers and I have like 2,000. And it's like, okay, what do I do? She goes, just start writing stuff. And I think to myself, well, what if I don't? What if people don't like what I say? He goes, who cares? You like it. Okay.
My husband's like, Monica, you overthink it. Just post.
Yeah, exactly.
And, I'm really outgoing in person, but on social media, I feel shy.
Well, we'll have to get you to overcome that.
Yeah.
Yep. You will get hate.
Cindy's working
it's
on
like
that.
A bit. Yep. You will get hate, and it's like a badge of honor to me at this point.
Yeah, we
got one really good one.
YouTube hater the other day was like,
Yeah. I'm like, all right, we got one. I'm going to write an article about this guy. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I get like camera shy, like, just.
You're doing great here. You would never know.
It's really stepping outside of my comfort zone. Mm-hmm.
Well, you're doing fabulous. I mean, you got to step out of your comfort zone, and here you're doing it. You're doing a great job. Now, you've been to 1 scaling, and then you've been to 2 scaling. What was the second scaling like for you?
The second scaling was exciting. Not that the first one wasn't. I couldn't even believe that I was there. So I was just trying to soak it all in the first year. The second year, I said, okay, you know what? I'm not going to be as tired as I was last time because I wouldn't even make it to the main stage because I was so worn out. And so I said, okay, this time I'm going to do what, what other people do, which have been there for a long time, like you ladies, where you're like, oh, you need to chat more in the hallways, go to the pool, do all those things. So I kind of like started to meet people, right, in that first year. And so I would, hook up with them and then do some classes. And it was kind of like a combination. But then this year, last month, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do it different time. This time, I barely took classes and all I did was hung out. And I had so much fun, met so many fascinating people. And it was just great. Yeah, every year's great, just in a different way. Yeah.
Right. Because we always say that most learning happens in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when you meet your connections, that you can bounce ideas off each other. And that's why I always buy the premium ticket. Because then I can get all the classes sent to me if I can listen to them while I'm riding a bike or in my car or whatever. I don't have to actually sit there.
Right.
So
Yeah, it's cool because, as you meet people, those people introduce you to more people. So I was telling you, Cindy has been kind of like pushing me. So she introduced me to Misty for the.
Oh, God, are you going to take Misty's class?
Yeah. And I'm like, she's like, you're going to do it, Monica. You're going to do it.
And I'm just graduated from that.
I thought about it. I'm like, I don't know. She's like, you're going to do it. And so she's like, oh, by the way, Misty, I told you I was going to introduce you to Monica. Here she is. And I'm like, hi.
I just graduated. It's fine. You're going to love it. In fact, I'm talking to him this afternoon about the certification process.
Oh, really?
For a presentation that I'm doing.
I made Donna do it.
So, yeah. She made me do it. She makes me
do
everything.
I can't do that. I can't. Donna, you're doing it. Just do it. Do it.
She dragged me into a comedy thing. She drags me into all kinds of stuff.
I drag her along everything.
But then I go, I'm willing to. But yeah.
Cindy's my deb.
You need that person. Yeah.
She's pushing.
You got Cindy.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Donna teaches me how to post on LinkedIn and all the tech stuff. In fact, Donna
She's getting you back, Donna.
Well, it was funny. Yeah. Yesterday we were talking about our website for our new Blazer AI.
Oh my God.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to have this, and I said, Don, I don't care about that stuff. You do it.
I had to keep dragging her back to the focus. It's like, okay, she's going off on I call them the Superman monologues, and or the superhero monologues. I'm like, stop. We have to build it.
Big. But come back, Deb, and then she talks about all the tech stuff. I don't just. Okay.
I had to get it somewhat organized into numbered pages so I can then build it.
And she does it
because she data dumps on me. So she just data dumps on me. I'm like, okay, where's that go? Yeah. Where's that piece go? Where's that piece go?
The most dangerous word she hears me say is, I have an idea.
Yeah. I know, no ideas until that website's launched. Then
No
you can have ideas.
So I'm biting my tongue. You know. So you said you're remarried.
Yep.
And you have 4 kids and a mom. So other than that, what do you do for fun?
So the real answer is I don't have time for fun. My fun is following them all around to what they enjoy doing. My 2 oldest boys, they love baseball. So I spend a lot of time on fields and taking them to practices and trainings and that kind of thing. And then my husband, he likes to boat and fish and be super social. So I do that with my husband.
Now, do you go lake fishing or do you go out to the ocean? Where do you fish?
He was actually just in the ocean yesterday, but most of the time when I go with him to the lake. I'm not a fan of going in the ocean with a, smaller boat. I get nervous, but I do love to go to the lake and like just relax and look at nature, and I'll fall asleep and it's just so peaceful.
I know. I love boating.
And then
I have one thing, so you said you didn't really do anything for fun, but isn't doing your business fun?
Oh, it's super fun. That is super fun.
So there's your fun.
Yes. Yes. And you know what it is? I enjoy spending time with them, smiling, enjoying what they do, supporting what they do. You only have your kids so long before they grow up, and they, you don't see them as much.
Oh, no, you still see them.
You still see them?
Mine's 42 and 40.
What was that?
My daughter is 42 and my son is 40.
And they
have kids of their own, which means they now multiply.
Yeah. Well, I was just telling my oldest yesterday, I look forward to one day being a grandma. I want to do like Sunday dinners at the house, make sure they come, because, being divorced, I've lost a lot of times with my 2 children because their father is very present in their life. And so I want that time back, So I was like, I hope that you'll come over for dinner, and I'm just going to spoil the grandkids, and they're just going to always be at my house, and they're going to bring you.
Yeah, I know. I got 2 grandkids. It's great.
Yeah.
Little Isla and little Maven. They're like 19 months. In fact, I took them to the conference. They came down to Scaling on Saturday to go to the pool.
Mm-hmm. Aw. Yeah.
It was so cool because Peter really doesn't know what I do. He kind of does, but doesn't know how, what a big shot I am.
Yeah, he just knows you're his grandma.
He was there, and people were coming up all the time. He goes, Mom, you're kind of famous around here, aren't you? Told you.
He sat right where everyone we knew was. We walked over and there was like Nancy and Kathy, and I was like, there was like a whole bunch of people right there, and I'm like, well,
listen, they're all taking pictures, and you're like a big deal. Yeah, I am.
Be like, see, I'm famous. I'm popular.
I'm famous. Was good for that alone.
You are the cool grandma, Deb.
I tell you what.
Yeah. And my bonus son, he plays basketball. My bonus daughter, she's like in Girl Scouts and volleyball. So I'm all over the place with them.
That makes it fun.
Yeah, it is.
Nothing like, spending time with your family and doing fun stuff like that.
I'm a huge family person. Yes.
That's great. That's great. So you live near Cindy in Orlando.
Yep.
Do you like to travel anywhere? Have you gone anywhere exciting?
Where have I gone? Geez, the days go by so fast. I have to think about it sometimes. I am going to Pittsburgh. That's where my husband is from. So we're going to Pittsburgh next month for like a family reunion. We're all going to go. So that's nice. I can't think of what else we do. We do like weekend getaways right after Scaling. We went to Ormond Beach to go visit an aunt of mine that's living there. And we took the kids and, but.
And when you live in Florida, like every week, you can do weekend getaways. They're like, other people come here and spend, all their vacation money. We can let's go for the weekend to Ormond Beach. And
yeah. Oh, and 4th of July, I'm actually spending a night out also with some friends. We're going to go double date and head to the beach as well. We're going to Delray Beach.
What's your favorite beach?
I'm not really a beach person. I live in Florida, but I'm not a big Disney person or a beach person, but my husband loves the beach. So I'm going to hang out.
Which is his favorite beach?
I'm not sure. It's a good question. We just go to different ones.
My husband likes it. I like the beach. My husband likes the beach too. And he wants to go to Tahiti. Ooh. I go, why? It's a beach. We have a beach a mile away.
It's exotic though. Tahiti's exotic.
It might be whiter, but it's still a beach. Yeah. Let's go somewhere else, but it's like a mountain.
I'm
How about
more
a
of a
mountain?
pool person than I am a beach
Yes,
person.
I mean. But anyway, well, we're almost at time.
Gosh, it went by so fast.
I told you.
Yeah.
And we want to know if you could share a big idea, a thought, or an inspiration to the people watching. What would you tell them?
So this is a very full circle moment, because when I won that award in 5th grade, the deciding question between the two candidates it came down to was, if you had a magic penny, what would you wish for? And my answer at what was I, 11 years old, was to have a good life. And that is what gave me the winning ticket, and I won for the school. But full circle now, which also reminds me of Cindy, she built her life around her dreams, right? Yep. And so that's, for me, my big idea is invest in yourself, dream big, and live the life you want to live.
That's fabulous. We can't end it any better than that. Wouldn't you agree, Donna?
Oh, absolutely. That's it. That's great. It right there. Couldn't said it better.
Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you, ladies, for having me. It was so much fun.
So let's sign off, Donna. Thank you, Bookkeeping Buds, for being our partner of the week.
Yes, thank you.
All right, and that's our show today. Huge thanks goes to Monica Davis for sitting down with us. And if you walked away thinking, where do I dream big? How do I dream big and run my firm that way? That's the point today. So to every bookkeeper and accountant out there, keeping the lights on and the auditors away, we see you. We are you. Go feel proud, confident, and seen. We only ask that you subscribe, share, like, and send this to a friend. And join us every Tuesday at the same time. And until next time, keep the books clean, the boundaries cleaner, and remember, every time a client says, it's just a quick question, an angel loses its wings. Thank you. And you guys have a great week.
See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, she signed off.
She already went out. Okay.
I thought that went really good.